So, like, I just saw a poll who were voting on. It was a poll, and it said that black fighters don't want to fight each other or don't fight each other. You dig? And I sat there and looked at it, and people were voting, that's true. Like, is that true? Yes or no? And people voted yes. It was overwhelmingly people voting for yes and shit in boxing. And that's cap because, it's ridiculous to say that because you can never say some shit like that because when you look at the history of boxing, they say history is important, right? Black fighters have always fought each other. Some of the greatest fights in boxing history have been blacks fighting each other. You know what I mean? Like all over the world. Like shit. You could even argue when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns back in '81. That's one of the top 5 greatest fights of all time. You could argue that those were 2 black guys fighting each other. You feel what I'm saying? Or take it back to when Roy Jones Jr. fought James Toney. You know what I mean? That was a iconic fight, black versus black. So it's like throughout history of boxing, black fighters have been fighting each other. And then take it most recently. Shit, we just had O'Shaquie Foster versus Stephen Fulton. Those are 2 fighters that are considered good. They just fought each other. So this notion that black fighters don't want to fight each other from that poll I saw, I disagree with that. I'm not feeling that right there. It's really, if you look, if you're being honest, it's really just 2 black fighters that are doing that. Shakur and Keyshawn. Both those dudes came out and said they're friends with each other. They're really good friends with each other. And for that reason, they don't really want to fight each other. So they're not going to fight each other. But that's only 2 guys though. And then this is boxing. There's always another guy to fight. And then not only that, there's other great black fighters to fight. So realistically, they don't have to fight each other. But to say black fighters don't want to fight each other, that's not even true. Like, again, some of the greatest fights in boxing history have been black throughout history and still to this day. So knowing that, having that knowledge about boxing, you can never say some shit like that. So when I saw that poll, I was like, yeah, see, people be capping a lot on here. People be capping a lot on here. You know what I mean? And it's like, let me speak on that shit. Because that's not accurate. Many fights some of the greatest fights in boxing history have been black fighters fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's not even real right there. Now, I'm not going to lie. If Keyshawn and Shakur were to fight, that would be a great matchup. I'm not denying that. That's fair game. That's true. I agree. But they gave the reason for not fighting each other, and for now, it's not happening. So to dwell on that or to keep speaking on that, that's not really where it's at, So I can't agree or respect that being said when it comes to that. So it is what it is. And then they, cause you got to think, Tank or Shakur Stevenson tried to fight Tank for years. So is Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They tried to fight Tank for years. These are black guys trying to fight another black guy. Tank's not taking the fight. So that should tell you that black fighters are willing to fight each other and do fight each other. So how are you able to say black fighters don't want to fight each other or fight each other? I just don't get why somebody would put that out there. That's just ridiculous. Like I said, more ridiculous boxing banter. Just more bullshit people be saying. Because that's not accurate at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not accurate at all. Shakur Stevenson's next opponent is probably going to be a black fighter. Hell, he might fuck around. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you have your ideas and shit, but hell, he might fight Richardson Hitchens next. He just got stripped of his belt at 135. So it's like, shit, he might as well just bang out at 140. Like, fuck it. Go back down there for what? So you never know what's going to happen. Who is going to fight? I mean, Devin Haney is black. He just beat a black guy for his belt. That's black versus black. And that was a highly anticipated fight. People they might say Devin Haney is boring or whatever, but they watched his fights, So it's like, it is what it is. And he just beat a black guy, another black fighter fighting another black fighter. And to be honest with you, the way people were like jocking to see that fight, that was more popular than the Benavidez versus Yarde fight. Nobody gave a fuck about the Benavidez and Yarde fight to the same level they gave a fuck about the Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. fight. They wanted to see that fight instead. Regardless of what they're saying about Devin Haney, they want to watch this guy fight. You know what I mean? And that was a black on black fight. So that's just a bullshit statement that Poole said. And it's like, most people that cover boxing, they be letting niggas get away with saying stupid shit like that and not challenging that. And I feel like that's where I come in at. I'ma challenge that dumb shit because that's not true. You know, low key sound like some hater shit. You know, I could look at that one way and say, another way and say, you motherfuckers want to see a black nigga lose, so you want him to fight another black guy because you're not confident a different race could beat him. So you say that bullshit. I could look at it that way because it's just such a ridiculous thing to say. And I'm just disappointed that people are stupid enough to agree with that shit. You know, that's troubling behavior. You know, you guys are supposed to know boxing, but judging by what y'all saying, I'm questioning that. See, I know boxing regardless or contrary to what people believe. I know this shit. And that's just not true at all. So for somebody to say that, it is what it is. People got to stop rage baiting and like put out real information. Because that's just not true. Black fighters fight each other all the time. Ain't nobody black ducking no black guy. Like, I don't even know why they would say that. That's cap. It is what it is. Like, I highly disagree with that. Like, that ain't true at all. That ain't true at all. At all. You know, so in my opinion, some people might disagree with what I'm about to say right here. But I feel like the best matchups is when two black guys fight. Those are the best fights in boxing, in my opinion. You know, I know y'all been hearing what's been going on lately. People are saying certain fighters are boring and shit. The problem with that, though, is it's more casuals than guys that are really, really into boxing. And they're due to being a casual, they're not going to be entertained by seeing like some real boxing shit. So they're going to say niggas is boring or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But people that are truly into boxing and they're not fake fans, they're not walking around saying, oh, this fight is boring, that fight is boring. Because these niggas don't pay attention to a fight if there's no knockout in it. Niggas got ADHD when it comes to boxing. So they say you're boring. You know, but real boxing fans don't have that issue. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how that shit works. But that's all I want to say on that, though. That's cap. That shit ain't true. You know, black fighters fight each other all the time. So I don't even know why they saying that. A lot of capping. A lot of capping in the YTBC. Get it together. But yeah, I'm out.